For like the first time since March, I was actually busy for like a week. It's crazy. What's up, Internet? Welcome back to I Am Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie. I am currently ranking every single Frank Zappa album released during his lifetime, and we are on number 12, Freak Out. And I made a mistake, I admit. Freak Out should probably be lower on the list, closer to number 1. Though, if we were ranking these albums from like a 0.0 to 10.0 scale, we're still in like the 9.8, 9.9s. Like we're gonna still be in that range for at least 5 or 6 more albums. So Freak Out, this is Frank's first album, 1966. A double album released 1 week after Blonde on Blonde, which was the first rock and roll double album. So Frank missed that honor by a week. But this is just, even today, this is a phenomenal album. And the journey from like the first song all the way to the end of the last song is sort of like, almost like Frank just holding up that middle finger to the entire world, saying, I dare you to like this. And many of us did. But anyways, 2 albums. The first album is mostly like 3-minute short pop rock, freak rock songs. At the bare bones of all of this, you have a rock band. You know, the Mothers were a rock band. And I think the comparison that I hear is to Jefferson Airplane. And they're sort of, to me, Jefferson Airplane is the epitome of the 70s, of the 60s San Francisco psychedelic sound. And Frank's guitar playing, just that heavy, distorted wah with those kind of wailing just notes, reminds me a lot of Yorma from Jefferson Airplane. And I think on a basic level, Jefferson Airplane's rock sound and the Mothers' rock sound kind of share a lot of similarities. You can hear that in like Hungry Freaks, Daddy, really prevalent in Trouble Coming Every Day. I think if you had Grace Slick singing that song, I think it could possibly sound like a Jefferson Airplane song. So you have the first album, which is like these 3-minute songs, which are like either like these sort of Frank's take on like 50s doo-wop and rock. So it's like there's a sincerity in there, but because it's Frank, there's random noises and bursts of chaos and, you know, Roy Estrada doing his like weird LA thing. And, you have this mix of just random elements because it's Frank. So you have these like 50s doo-wop rock songs mixed with Frank's social commentary and songs like Hungry Freaks Daddy, Who Are the Brain Police, and then you even have something like Motherly Love, in which Frank refers to groupies, asks you to send the band your groupies so that they can give the groupies a night of motherly love. So even back in 1966, Frank is trying his best to offend people and make it so that if your mom or dad listen to you, if you're a teenage kid and you bought this album and your mom and dad hear this lyrics, they're gonna get pretty upset. Frank's making sure that happens right off the bat. So the first album is brilliant, just all these incredible 3-minute pop songs. Then you get to the second 2, sides 3 and 4, and that's where Frank just then continues to push the envelope with every song. The first song, Trouble Coming Every Day, is his sort of protest song. He addresses the Watts riots in LA. He's got commentaries just on society in general. It's sort of Frank does Dylan with like Jefferson Airplane as the backing band is the way I like to describe it. And it still holds up today. It's still relevant today. I think if you listen to it today, you could think he was talking about Ferguson or talking about, any of the protests that are happening across this country. It's amazing, not that Frank was seeing the future, but that things Frank was actually talking about back then are the same things he could be talking about today. So there's your commentary on American society. And then he gets, after that, it's Help I'm a Rock, one of Frank's all-time greatest songs, which is just this like do-do-do-do-do-do, this really slinky, kind of slithery guitar lick with all these crazy noises and vocal noises from the band. And then Frank goes off in sort of like a rapping riff, like, help, I'm a rock. What? Help, I'm a rock. And he kind of talks his way through it, and he complains about being a rock and a cop. And it's kind of funny, but it's also social commentary. And that goes into a bunch of noise. And then that goes into a doo-wop section where it's like an a cappella, only it's not like normal a cappella. It's Frank's twisted version of a cappella. There's like a little Varese interlude in there. It's just like easily my second favorite side of music in the entire Frank Zappa catalog. Might be my first, which is side 3 of Freak Out. And then you get to the final side, which is Return of the Son of the Monster Magnet, which is essentially a jam. What Frank did was he got a warehouse and he invited freaks in off the streets and said, hey, you guys go play all these percussion instruments and make some noise, and I'm going to record it. This song has kind of a drum rhythm that kind of unites the parts together. It's like a 12.5-minute jam. The drum rhythm shifts every couple minutes, for like the first 8 minutes. So you get this beat that's more like 4/4, and then you get this funky like Zappa beat. So the rhythm changes, and then there's chaos all around it. And then as we get closer to the end of the song, like tape manipulation comes in and random noises and chaos, and it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And Frank is almost like daring you to like listen to see this to the conclusion. And it just keeps getting stranger until finally it ends. And it's an absolutely brilliant piece of music from start to finish. Number 12. This could be number 1. If you rank this as number 1, I'm not going to complain. If you rank this as number 13, I might have a problem with it. This is an amazing album. Again, we're at number 12, and we still haven't reached anything that's lower than like a 9.9 or a 9.8 on a 10-point scale. That's how amazing Frank is. Check this album out. Buy this album. Own this album. It's amazing. If you have thoughts on it, please share them below. I want to know. I want to spread the love of Frank. I want to talk Frank. Quarantine time, people. I got nothing else to do. So anyways, thank you for watching. We got number 13. Going to post this hopefully in a couple days. And that's it. Listen to Frank. Check it out. Music is the best.